Hey guys, Gam here, and welcome back to another Hearthstone video, and today I'm going to be showing off a deck that I have created myself, which I'm just extremely proud of, and it's called Justice Demands Justice Demands Buffs. Now this is a Paladin deck, as you can see, and I just threw this together one day, not entirely expecting it to work, and I made sort of adjustments every now and then. For instance, I took the Aztec Swamp Ooze, or I put the Aztec Swamp Ooze in replacement for the Loot Hoarder, was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took out the Loot Hoarder and then put in the Aztec Swamp Ooze. Other adjustments that were made is that I took out, what's that card called? 6 mana. 7 mana. Alright, I took out 2 War Golems in replacement for a Stormwind Champion and a Lord of the Arena. And the final little adjustments I made is I put in the 2 secrets in replacement for Humility, and I believe also in replacement for Hammer of Wrath. So yeah, that's something I decided. So basically just a whole ton of improvements here and there. Slowly crafting a better and better deck, and I'm here to show it off for you guys. I'll go through the complete deck list at the end, and until then, I'm just going to play a couple ranked games with it, explaining the basic premise of the deck. Although it's going to be pretty hard considering I haven't ever explained it to anyone at all. Well, maybe a good way to explain it would be, in fact, to tell you why I'm making the moves I make and why I'm throwing away the cards I do and why I save the cards that I save, etc., etc. Next time I might show you a rogue deck that I also made, if you guys would be interested in that. Now, Amani Berserker is a card I keep for early game. I usually throw away Consecration, just because it's not that useful early game, because I like to save it for a very rough situation when I also have equality. I keep Hand of Protection for nice trades, and Blessing of Kings is just great to have that insured, to have that +4/+4 insured. I don't know why, but on the Blessing of Kings card, yeah, that's even worse. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I always thought it was like a gauntlet, but no, it's actually a guy. Well, we'll have a great turn 4, I guess, and 5, because I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just gonna shut off my mic for a minute and blow my nose. Oh my goodness. I just have such a bad cold right now, and it's just so annoying. Sorry, guys. That's why I mostly didn't record yesterday, but I also just wanted a little break. Shutting it off for a second now. Alright, so I have a couple options here. I can attack him, but then he'll just be able to pin it off. Or I can put the Divine Shield on and then attack him, take no damage, and then if he pins it, then he'll get the Enrage. Oh, and by the way, the reason I played the Amani Berserker is 1, because it was the only thing I could play, and 2, because I'm against a mage, or if I was also against a druid or anything that can do damage to you directly, like a rogue too. Well met. Is because if they do end up attacking it, it's not beneficial for them, it's beneficial for me, because it will get the nice little Enrage buff. So I think I'm going to go with the second option, attack first and Divine Shield second. So I have a 5/1, but tucked underneath a Divine Shield. So he can Fireball it, get rid of the Divine Shield, but there aren't really many cards that I see him having that could destroy it this turn, other than, say, Arcane Missiles. Does he have a 1-drop to make use of? Oh my goodness, that guy. Oh. Ah. Oh well, he popped it, but that was a good play on his part. Which puts me in a precarious situation, doesn't it? Mirror Image is just such a good card in my opinion. I just love it so much because they're taunts, and you can get them out so early. It's a pretty common combo I've been seeing with mages. It's where you Mana Worm, Coin, and then Mirror Image, which gives you a 3/3 behind a wall of those two taunts right there, the Mirror Images. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness, little thing right there. What is he sorry about? I don't know. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. And just throw the Silverhand Recruit because we can't do much else of use. Now he's probably just gonna try and play some minions if he can to hopefully pain them off without having to attack with his Knife Juggler. Or at least that's what I do. Just gotta bend down here, you might be able to hear that. Is he gonna go for the fireball? There's that. Please hit me in the face. Oh no. Now, yeah, there's his other 2 mana into the pain. Once again, puts me in a pretty bad position actually. Well, at least that gave some incentive to not play minions, because if he hits it by accident, then he would have to throw things into it. Well, this he would be okay with throwing into it because he would draw a card, but other cards he could have would be Arcane Explosion, throw that into that. He could just Fireball, throw it into that. Couple options he has. Now, I don't see him throwing away this Knife Juggler anytime soon, but it could happen. I don't know. Such a good card though. You can get such good value off of it. Oh man, I thought he actually put that into his own loot hoarder, and I was gonna be overjoyed because if he did that, I would have been like really happy that he didn't hit that and throw it into that, because he still would have died. But oh, of course, why not? Does he have a spell he wants to play? No. Oh my goodness. No, because that wouldn't work, because then... Yeah. I really just want that taunt out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it next turn. There we go, that gives him a nice fireball target. Waste 2 of his mana, so he's restricted to 4 mana on this turn. I'm not sure if he has anything that he would even want to do with that extra 2 mana, but he could have something. Fireball him a 4/1. That's alright. That, of course, gives him a bit less mana. Argent Squire isn't too bad, but it does hit that, which is unfortunate, so that means I have no target for Blessing of Kins. Now, if he does end his turn here, I'm faced with a choice of Lord of the Arena or Truesilver Champion. I think Truesilver Champion would be the better choice, seeming as if I place this down, he'll most likely use a spell to get rid of it, and so I don't want that happening. I think I'll just get rid of that Knife Juggler. It's caused me enough trouble at this point. He's gotten way too much value off of that. That Mirror Image, I think, just pulled him ahead of the game, and yeah. So the reason I played the Truesilver Champion was because, rather than playing this, like I said, he would buff that up, and also, I could take out 2 of his minions and have a weapon in case he plays something else that I might want to target this turn. Equality, a lot of people don't really use this card. Well, I find, because they think it's bad value, but say if you're in a situation against a warlock or a warlock or my goodness, I just can't really think today. Okay. Oh my, that value. Nah. I was relying on an inequality there actually. Which still might be happening. Okay. Or I could Blessing of Kings. I can't attack to heal, so. Blessing of Kings. Actually, the taunt here is looking rather nice. But it's riskier. Plus, this way I get my mana value. I just don't think we're really gonna win this game. Oh well, it wasn't really a good game for us. Usually this deck does do better. Like actually. I'm I'm just making a fool of myself, aren't I? Well, this Guardian of Kings did heal us up, which probably saved us for another turn. Might allow us to get our equality Consecration combo off. Wow, you know, pretty much clearing his board. Attacking, which would heal up two more health. Which would be great. Great. Don't tell me it's another mirror image though, because mirror image, wait, please play a mirror image. Huh? Mirror image, please. Because then I could equality and consecrate and get so much value out of this. I don't even know. Like, it's just consecrate's happening this turn. Looks like he's going for the rush down. Is he gonna fireball me? Did he fireball my minion? Nope. Oh my gosh, this is pretty much GG, I think. Not just yet though. Not just yet. Gonna quickly do that just so I can clear his board. So do I want him to be able to get that? I think that's my best option at this point. Is just go for the throat, because then I healed up two more health. The only other real cards I could draw at this point would be my other Guardian of Kings or my other Truesilver Champion, which would be able to heal me up a bit more. Or maybe I could even double Blessing of Kings here. So that one was expected. Blood Mage Thanos. Yeah. Let's see here. So that would be 8. That would be 10. Wouldn't be enough to kill him, and then he would just kill us with his minions. So I'm forced to do this, and I don't really want him to be able to. I don't really want him to be able to get the kill off, and I don't want that spell damage really. So yeah, hit him in the face for the Leper Gnome 2 damage. Because if he had that spell damage, he could just hit me in the face with something. Basically, you could say that I'm waiting for him to get a Fireball. Fireball is a 4-mana card that deals 6 damage to anything on the face. To anything on the board. Even your own minions if you really want to, but I wouldn't really do that. So he just cleared his own board. Arcane Missiles, no! This could be death. Oh my goodness. That was luck. Forced my hand to do that one, didn't you? Well played. You can just fireball me now. Nothing I can do about that one. Gonna play the cards in your hand for good measure. I always like to do that just to mess with my opponents. While she was holding on to 2 fireballs, or maybe even a pyroblast. So that was too bad that we lost that game, but I think I'll play 1 or 2 more and then I'll go over the deck list. Maybe just 1 this time. Alright, so waiting for a second game. Hopefully this game I will actually stay focused and explain to you my choices in more depth. Because last time I don't really think I did a good job on that, and I sort of give you a situational thing. Hello, challenger. We're facing off another mage. That seems to be, like, I'm seeing a lot of mages. Like, a lot. I've been playing ranked lately, and they've basically been countering this deck. Alright, so we got a ton of high-cost minions and spells, and a weapon. Oh, is this actually the same person? Let me go ahead and check. No, we last faced Sampara. Greetings. At least this time we got both our Guardians of Kings for the late game to heal us up if we do get behind. And it looks like that will be the case. A golden legendary out of this guy. Oh my goodness. Although, on turn 3 I think I'll Truesilver Champion and get it. Hopefully it doesn't fish him up a card. It did not fish him up a card. That is good news for me. So that means this turn he won't be getting anything really that great out of it. In fact, it will have been mostly just a waste of his turn and mana. I'll just apologize for that, man. Golden Legendary, you'd like to keep out on the field because it's just so shiny and it makes your opponents jealous. Well, there's a Tazdingo, or Sen'jin Shield Master as it is called formally. But I think don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna do here. If he attacks, then if he throws his Sen'jin into it, then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead and hit him up with my weapon. Just so I can get the trade off, maybe place Blessing of Kings on him. Meanwhile, hold on a Leper Gnome. Alright, I forgot to tell you that. So, the reason I equipped this is because I wanted it down so I can maintain healthy board control. Board control is very important with this deck. Very important indeed, because if you don't maintain it, then you'll most likely get wiped out because you don't have that many really strong, beefy minions in this deck other than Guardian of Kings, Lord of the Arena, and Stormwind Champion. Your main focus is buffing up your smaller minions, such as the Leper Gnome or even a Silverhand Recruit, Aztec Swampoos, any of the others. Well, I always like to buff up a Sen'jin too, and make them a sufficient threat for the opponent to get rid of. Because you always want to keep them on the defensive, or maybe not necessarily the defensive, but you always want to keep your opponents fighting to keep board control and getting rid of your buffed up giant minions. I've noticed that quite obviously, though it would be apparent that this deck is weak to silence. Because of the taunts, because of the Stormwind Champion, because of all the buffs in it. They're just, because of the Leper Gnome Death Rattle. There's so many things in this deck that can be stopped dead by a good silence card. You see, that card soaked up a whatchamacallit, fireball. And by that I mean, instead of that fireball going towards my own health, like Uther here, instead he was forced to put it towards killing a minion. Which is what I mean. You want them to waste all their resources getting rid of your big minions. Actually, my assumption is that that would have been saved for later, so that she could have something useful taunted. Now, what I love here is Noble Sacrifice and Redemption. They work together, so you get to keep the Noble Sacrifice and still deal the 2 damage, so your Noble Sacrifice can either soak up a Fire Blast, a spell. Illidan Stormrage, what is this guy? What is this guy? Hopefully he doesn't have a spell here. This is really unfortunate, isn't it? Ha ha ha! Now what he doesn't realize is that I have Consecrate. There's the Noble Sacrifice. Swooping in. And then, so that means I'll get the kill off on the Sunfury Protector. And I get to keep this, maybe buff it up. This guy's about to see firsthand the problems about playing a ton of smaller minions against a Paladin. Did you see that? That was absolutely beautiful. But now, I get to decide how I want to deal with this Illidan. I think... should have just... Now the Illidan is too strong to keep alive, so... I'll clear the board. And throw it on a Redemption, so this comes back into play with the 5 damage left, even if he kills it. Next turn, we have a pretty good turn with, if he somehow damages me a ton, a Blessing, a Guardian of Kings. But, like, it's obvious that you should save this until you have at least 5 health damage to yourself. Wow, a Flame Strike? Are you kidding me? Now that's probably just going to be fireballed out. But that prevents him from playing any other cards this turn. We have a pretty decent turn, and he should have waited to use that Flame Strike, because then he could have gotten rid of all these minions, rather than just that singular Guardian of Kings. I know it was a 9-3, and that is very threatening, and you don't want to take that to the face. But still. What is with all the guys with legendaries I'm seeing? I mean, oh my goodness. It's just so crazy. Now, just to get board presence, I'm gonna throw down a Guardian of Kings. So, if he wants to attack to draw that card, he will get to. He will get to indeed. So instead of doing 1 damage to that, he defeats a defender, which still draws him the card. I bet you he's hoping for a fireball. That polymorph will work just fine for him as well. And there's the water elemental, ready to freeze up my sheep if he wants to do that. This is... Now, do you see what I mean by this being vulnerable to silence? Yeah. This is what I mean. You see the sheep here? If it was silenced, it would become a 1/1 sheep and lose its Divine Shield plus its 4/4 buff. Which would be absolutely horrible. Oh my goodness. That was a mistake. Oh no! No, he killed it. I mean, come on. Why? It didn't want to hurt you, I mean, that was just cruel. Next turn, on his turn, the smartest thing to do would probably be to maintain board control by throwing the Spellbreaker into the Chillwind Yeti and fireballing it. And then throwing this water elemental, or, I don't know, my preference is to have 1 stronger one and 1 weaker one. So throw this water elemental into the 1/1 Silverhand Recruit. That's just how I'd play out the turn, so right now I'm just struggling and placing down every single card I have. From these games, doesn't it look like my deck sucks? Ragnaros? Okay, guys. Now, this deck is really good when I'm facing people of my own caliber. But when I'm facing people who have multiple legendaries in their deck, how am I supposed to... Justice does demand retribution. I'm dead this turn. Huh. There's the Azure Drake. And anything that he wants to do. I'm pretty much frozen locked, so... GG. Well played. But guys, you see what I mean when I'm just facing off against people who are so strong and have legendaries to the extremes? Yeah, this guy has like a professional deck. Just for good measure, he had to face this manipulator, the Ragnaros. Sorry for losing so much, guys, but once again, I just have to repeat this. During like pretty much all the matches I've been playing, I've been facing up against constant decks with legendaries in them, and properly constructed decks that are for use in the higher ranks. Meanwhile, I'm just a measly rank 18 who's trying to face up against other 18s, but can't really because of the such low amount of 18s that are proper caliber for me to face. Nothing else I can really do about that. But hopefully you guys understand, and I guess this can be a symbol for all us people for all us non-super pro guys out there who want someone to speak for them. I will be that person. It's, in my opinion, a pay-to-win game. If you have the money and you want to pour tons of it into this game, then you win because you have all the legendaries and can construct the best decks. But since I've never bought a single pack with real money, I don't really have many cards that are not from the basic sets. I disenchanted most of mine to make these 3 for my Paladin deck, and to make all these for my Rogue deck. I love Rogue. Rogue is one of my favorite classes. I used to play Priest a lot, and I had literally every single class for the Priest except for the Legendary. I believe I also have, a single card for the Warlock for my Murloc deck. And by the way, Murloc deck, as you can see, I have all the Murlocs pretty much. Literally every single Murloc though. I used to have King Mukla and I used to have King Mukla and Lorewalker Cho, but I disenchanted them because they aren't really good legendaries in my opinion. But let's go ahead and check out the deck list, shall we? This deck, I'll start off with the basic buffs. Blessing of Might and Blessing of Kings. These are things that you want to get out on your minions. Oh, and Hand of Protection, of course. These are things that you want to use on your minions to make them stronger and, of course, to make them a staple for your opponents to target. Because if they're focused on those minions, you can be busy throwing out your Chillwind Yetis, your Sen'jin Shieldmasters, your Lord of the Arenas, your Guardian of Kings, and your Stormwind Champions. And of course it won't take that long to get rid of them, especially with the silence on hand. You can always use you can always throw down a Noble Sacrifice or a Redemption to keep them in play for just a little bit longer. Same as Hand of Protection, you can keep them in play for maybe an extra turn. And we also have some early game minions like the Leper Gnome, Acid Swamp Ooze, which you want to save if you're facing against another Paladin, a Warrior, a Shaman, a Hunter, or a Rogue. I believe that's all the classes that have weapons. And of course the Amani Berserker. Truesilver Champion is used for removal, same as Consecration and Equality. I actually went through all the cards in the deck there. So yeah, the basic premise is to get out things to distract your opponents while you secretly amass an army of minions that eventually they won't be able to deal with, while surviving using your other cards, while using your while utilizing cards that increase the survivability of your minions, like Hand of Protection, Noble Sacrifice, Redemption, and clearing the board with Truesilver Champion and Consecration and Equality to make sure that you can keep up that constant swarm. I guess that's the deck list for my Paladin Justice Demands buffs. Next time, we'll be reviewing my The Pleasure's All Yours deck, which is a rogue deck, and as you can see, is much more advanced and has way more cards in it. Yeah. Wait, does it? Why am I seeing so few cards? Wait, what? I swear, I have way more. Oh right, I'm on 2 mana. I'm on 2 mana specifically. Whoops. Now, as you can see, it's gonna be much more advanced considering the amount of cards I have inside Rogue. So you guys have that to look forward to, and this has been Gamma Games. Like, subscribe, share, comment. I really do appreciate the comments and all that good stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I got nothing else to say, so I'll see you all next time.